You ever notice how you keep seeing 1111 or 222 or maybe 888? And people love to say, oh, it's just a coincidence or you're imagining things. But what if it's not? What if that's your last heads up before something big shifts in your life? Think about it. When the same numbers keep popping up over and over, you've got two choices. Either you start paying attention, or life finds a way to really get your attention. And no, this isn't some woo-woo talk. It's energy, it's frequency, it's the real deal. If you think it's all random, sorry, but there's no such thing as random. In this video, you'll get why these signs are showing up now, what each sequence is actually trying to tell you, and what might happen if you keep brushing it all off. The universe is talking to you in codes. Most people won't get it, at least not until life forces them to. But if you stick around till the end, you'll start to see the signs, decode the messages, and maybe, just maybe, get in sync with what the universe has been trying to tell you this whole time. So, you ready to tap into the unseen? Ever caught yourself looking at the clock and, bam, 11:11? Or maybe you're just walking down the street, glance at a sign, and there it is, code 222. Then you check your credit card bill and guess what? 88,088. Coincidence? Maybe not. What you're experiencing has a name, synchronicity. And when it shows up through repeating numbers, it's not just random. Something bigger is trying to get your attention. The universe doesn't roll the dice for fun. It speaks in codes, vibrations, and signs. And if you keep seeing the same number over and over, believe me, it's not just some pretty pattern. It's the universe giving you a little nudge, a whisper that says, wake up, something big is happening. Carl Jung, the father of analytical psychology, believed meaningful coincidences weren't just luck, but signs of our deep connection to something greater. So when we talk about code 1111 or code 88, we're talking about patterns that show up with a purpose, to trigger your spiritual awakening. It's like the universe is sending you a cosmic text message, just in vibrational language. The clock, a street sign, a receipt total, even the length of a video, any of it can be a spark. The real question is, are you paying attention, or are you still hitting life's snooze button? Think about it. Why are these number sequences only showing up now? Why not years ago? Some people go their whole lives without noticing anything, and then suddenly, boom, 11:11 every day. That usually starts happening when your frequency begins to shift, when you're approaching big decisions, standing at a crossroads, or starting to question if you're really living your truth. It's like when you start thinking about buying a red car, and suddenly the whole world is full of red cars. What changed? You did. The world's the same, but your perception opened a new portal. And maybe, just maybe, these codes are showing up now because something way deeper is about to be revealed. When code 1111 keeps showing up in your daily life, it's not just some aesthetically pleasing coincidence. It's an energy portal, a spiritual call. It's like the universe is telling you, wake up, the time is now. It symbolizes alignment with your purpose, a kind of cosmic password that activates your spiritual awakening. And then you start noticing other sequences too. Code 222, for example, is the universe's little wink that says, you're on the right path. Keep going. It carries the energy of balance, reconciliation, wise decisions, and divine reassurance. It's like a quiet whisper. You're not alone on this journey. Now, if code 888 keeps following you around, get ready. That's a sign that abundance is on its way. Not just financial, but spiritual as well. Think harvest after years of planting. But it doesn't stop there. Each number has its own unique vibration. 333 is the Trinity, body, mind, and spirit working in harmony. 444 is pure spiritual protection, often linked to angels surrounding you. 555, that one's all about change. Real, powerful, life-shifting change. It might shake things up, but it's the kind of shake-up that's needed. 6, despite the fear around it, isn't evil. It's a nudge to reflect on how attached you've become to the material world. 777 feels like the universe handing you a spiritual badge of honor. If you keep seeing it, something deep inside you is waking up. And 999, that's the sign of an ending. A cycle has come full circle. Something needs to be closed so the new can come in. What are you still holding on to? This isn't about memorizing numbers like it's a magazine horoscope. It's about feeling them. When a number shows up, pause and ask yourself, what was I thinking just now? That one simple question puts you in a space of spiritual listening. And you don't need any fancy ritual for this. It can happen while you're in traffic, waiting in line, or washing dishes. The key is to be present, aware. Write down what you felt, what crossed your mind, what shifted in you. Over time, you'll start to see. These number codes are subtle conversations between you and the universe. And once you start understanding the language, well, that's when the real conversation begins. Maybe you've been wondering, why am I only now starting to see repeating numbers like code 1111, code 222, or code 888? Why not 5 years ago, or when I really needed a sign? The answer might surprise you. It wasn't the right time, and you weren't vibrating on the same frequency as these codes. The planet is going through an energetic recalibration. The shift from the age of Pisces to the age of Aquarius has already started changing the collective consciousness. And it's still unfolding. People are becoming more sensitive, more intuitive, more open to questioning everything. It's like the veil between the visible and the invisible is getting thinner. And in this new energy, the signs aren't just more frequent, they're more urgent. This rise in energy isn't just some woo-woo theory, it's real. And it's backed by ancient traditions. Earth itself pulses at a frequency called the Schumann resonance, and in recent years that frequency has been shifting. It's as if the planet is literally calling out, trying to wake humanity up. And guess who hears the call first? The sensitives, the intuitives, the ones who feel restless in a world that feels too routine, people like you. And when the universe senses that you're starting to open up, it starts speaking, not in words, but in codes. Code 1111, code 222, code 888, each with its own message, its own nudge, its own mission. Have you noticed how more and more people are talking about spiritual awakening? It's like everyone's suddenly waking up from a long sleep. This isn't some social media trend. It's the result of a global energy shift. A quiet, almost invisible movement is happening right now. Thousands of people awakening at the same time, feeling the same restlessness, asking the same questions, receiving the same signs. The difference between those who move forward and those who get lost. It's simple. Some choose to pay attention to the signs, while others dismiss them as just in your head. But the question that's starting to echo now is this. What if you're seeing these codes because you were chosen for something much bigger? Ignoring the signs might seem harmless at first. You see code 1111, smile to yourself, and move on with your day like it's nothing. But slowly, life starts knocking on the door of your awareness. You begin to notice patterns, same problems, same sense of being stuck, same emotional loops playing over and over like a scratched record. And the strangest part, the repeating numbers keep showing up. Code 222 here. Code 8D8 there. They're not random. They're spiritual notifications saying, hey, there's still time to change course. When you ignore these codes, the universe doesn't punish you. It just repeats the lesson over and over until you're ready to see it. And how does that show up? Vivid, confusing dreams. That constant feeling of being out of place. People drifting away from your life with no clear reason. It's not bad luck. It's realignment. Sometimes life isolates you not to punish you, but to reconnect you with your essence. And every time you brush off a message from code 1111 or code 888, You're postponing a level of your own evolution. It's like staying stuck in a video game level, not because you can't move forward, but because it feels safer to stay where you are. But deep down, you know you're wasting time. Now think about this. What if these signs are your final heads up before a major turning point? What if the universe has already given you all the clues and all that's left is for you to take action? A lot of people spend years ignoring these synchronicities until one day they wake up, and everything that once felt comfortable becomes unbearable. It's like the soul starts screaming. Then comes the breakdown, the end of a relationship, the sudden job loss, the urge to move to a new city, change careers, shed old identities, and all of it could have been smoother, gentler, if they had just listened. If they had answered the call of that spiritual awakening that knocked on their door over and over, always with the same code, always with the same number. Been seeing code 1111, code 222, or even code 888 a lot lately? Then it's past time to actually do something about it. These numbers aren't just pretty patterns, they're spiritual invitations. And no, you don't have to become a monk or drop everything and run to the mountains. Start simple. Next time you see one of these codes, close your eyes for 30 seconds and ask yourself a question like, what do I need to learn right now? Or, am I headed in the right direction? Write down whatever comes to mind. It might seem silly at first, but this practice opens a direct channel between you and your higher consciousness. Meditation, quiet walks in nature, spiritual cleansing baths, or reading books like The Power of Now or Conversations with God can also speed things up. But answering these signs also means changing how you move through life. The universe doesn't send repeating codes just for fun. It's calling you to take action. So start aligning your choices with what feels like your truth. Stuck in a job that drains you? Time to reflect. In a relationship that holds you back? Reevaluate. These numbers are like lighthouses in the dark. They show the way, but you have to take the steps. One simple practice. At night, jot down any codes you saw during the day and how you felt when they appeared. Over time, you'll create a kind of vibrational map, a personal spiritual compass that helps reveal patterns, answers, and even decisions waiting to be made. The key is to move with awareness and intention. Once the universe sees you're taking the signs seriously, it starts sending more, and they get clearer. It could show up as a mentor crossing your path, a powerful synchronicity, or a gut feeling that changes everything. Spiritual awakening speeds up when you actively engage with it. Don't wait for some lightning bolt of revelation. Sometimes the answer comes in a quiet cup of coffee, a song that gives you chills, or a number flashing on your screen. Because in the end, the journey really begins the moment you say yes to the call. Now that you know what code 1111, code 222, code 888, and all these repeating numbers are trying to tell you, what are you going to do with that? Are you just going to keep ignoring it like nothing's happening? Or are you going to use this knowledge to speed up your spiritual awakening and start transforming your reality? Because here's the truth, the signs won't stop. But your life might if you don't take action. How many more times do you need to see the same numbers, relive the same cycles, feel that same emptiness, before you finally realize you're being called to something so much greater? Maybe today is your 1111. Maybe this video is your portal. So what's it going to be? Are you just going to scroll past it, or are you going to step through? Start small. Pay attention. Write down what you feel. Reflect on the patterns that keep showing up. Ask the universe real, honest questions. And most importantly, be willing to change. Because the universe doesn't wake up those who choose to stay asleep. It wakes up those who choose to listen. So tell me, which number has been following you lately? What do you feel when it shows up? Drop it in the comments. Your experience might be exactly the message someone else needs right now. And if this hit home for you, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and follow along for the next videos. Around here, we go deep on this spiritual journey. No fluff, no BS. just truth and soul. And believe me, this is just the beginning.